What's poppin'? It's your boy Gringo here with you. Today we're going to talk about some basic offensive adjustments. I call them. let's just say basic route combos. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I feel like a lot of people just call a stock play and just high kick. So I'm going to show like ways you can set up things. I'm using two controllers. So both of them are pretty much broken, but this one is broken more. So if you see my quarterback or user do something crazy, it's just my controller. But getting right into it, as you can tell, this is the play right here. This is a stock play. All right. Looking at this defense, I can see that they're in cover two. And the way you can tell they're in cover two is you got two high safeties, and then the cornerbacks are playing about 3 to 5 yards off of the receiver. If it was cover three, it would be one single high safety, and then the cornerbacks be playing about 5 to 8 yards off the receiver. Now, you can mix in coverages to make things look different and whatever, but we're not going to get into that. So one of the things I like to do is I like to look at the defense. I'm like, okay, this is what I got. Something I would do on this play is something like this. So show the play art. So right now I got a drag, I got a slant, I got a post, I got an out, and I got my delayed Texas route. I always motion. Motioning is a good practice, something to do. You wait, you can hike whenever, and as you can tell, you see how everything causes like chaos. It makes it hard for someone to cover everything. And that's something you want to do. You don't want to flood one side of the field. So pretty much what I mean by that, it's like, okay, I got a post, I got a drag, I got a, I don't know. So let's say you put a slant, an in and a drag. I mean, all that. And then, I don't know, a wheel, right? So this is what it looks like. And pretty much you're going to flood one side of the field. And by flooding one side of the field, I mean, you got your slants underneath, but it's easy to guard all that. You don't want to flood one side of the field. You want to have different little routes. You definitely want to have a dump off route every time. With that being a drag, a wheel, you can do swing right, swing left. I mean, this is what it's going to look. This is what it's going to look like. Well, that's an out. Hang on, I did it wrong. So that's swinging left. You can do swing right. You can do a curl. You could do out route, out left. You could streak your running back. You can put him on an option. An option's really good play. So the way the option is going to work is he's going to go into a curl if the defense is in a zone. But if they're in a man, he's going to go into the out route. So that's something that can help you to tell if they're in man, if you really don't know. The tight end, he can go on a delay fade or pretty bad this year, which I'm kind of glad because last year they were a pain in my ass. You can bag their whole offense, and then with the delay fade, after 5 or 6 seconds, they can release the fade, and now they got someone wide open. And it was hard as hell to block it. Cover it. So this year with the delay fade, after 2 seconds, it automatically releases no matter what. So that's something nice, unless they're engaged into a block. If they're not blocking anybody, they're going to release within like a second or two. But if they're blocking someone, you can manually release them, but it takes forever. You got to have a high awareness tight end to do that. You can put him on a drag, put him on a block, release cross. So he's going to block, and then he's going to go into a drag. It's just a delayed drag. That's all it is. You got your delay flat, you got your drag, you got your curl, your in, outs, and streaks. I kind of showed you with the slant. If you have a post, you want to put a slant there. This right here is called a high-low read. So I got my post is covered. I had to slant if I low-balled it, but I'm just showing. Something else, let's see, with the post. So you see how that middle third is not middle third. That third rec pretty much the hook curl is following the post because there's nothing there to hold it down. If you put your running back on a curl or you do something to cause that middle third to come down, keep calling it middle third. So it should, if it don't come, see, kind of delayed right there a little bit. You roll out. I mean, that was a bad throw, but it is what it is. I still caught it. That's something I like to practice the motions. So I'm going to show you a man beat, how to beat man. Man is pretty much the meta this year. So let me choose a new play. And it's really basic with the man beating. We'll go nickel. Cover 2 man. So this is man right here. If I see you in man, I'll do something like this maybe. What? Should I play art? Yeah, I'll leave him there. So I have a zig, 2 slants. I have my option route. So by doing this, I'm making you choose. Like, I mean, it's a man beating route. Most importantly with the man beating route is you always want to have someone in motion. You can't hike the ball until you pass the center with them being in man, which sucks. But you want to motion somebody all the time. If you try to do something with them, I don't know, something like this, they're going to be able to press. You see? Like, yeah, he gets a release, but sometimes he won't get that release. And it all depends on your receiver. So if your receiver has no abilities, or he's bad at beating a press, or he has bad short route running, and you're going against a cornerback that has good man and good press, they're not going to get off the line, and then they're going to stick right there in their hip pocket. Man is beatable, though. If your receiver has abilities like Slotomatic or Slotomatic or route technician, so you would want him on this corner right here, and then you just want to take people away. So if, let's just say Cole Sr. had abilities right here, he would burn them. You kind of want to throw that a little soon. You don't want him to catch up. It's kind of a timing route, something you want to practice, but right there. I mean, man is very beatable. You just got to use sharp cutting routes. I mostly use my zigs and my slants because, I mean, my receivers are pretty bad, not even going to lie. Sometimes you can get lucky. This is cover 2 man. I highly doubt I'll get lucky, but if you motion over, they've kind of patched it. This is going to be hard trying to do this with 2 controllers. You see right there how they swapped. So right now, yeah, he's falling. He comes over here. You let him set for a minute or 2. And then when you do like that, I can't hike it. That's right. They patched that. But you could get lucky. I fumbled. Because when they're swapping like that, and if you can hike it, you'll have a free route pretty much. Because that cornerback has to come across the field now to cover your guy. They've somewhat patched that, though. That was something you could do before the patch. I catch myself sometimes getting lucky and getting it, but I mean it's random. Like, I haven't found a consistent way of doing it. I used to do it out of split close, but that's pretty much it. I mean, if you're trying to set up, let's say that corner route, well, they're in man now. Let's do cover 2. I'm going to do Tampa 2. Put him in a smoke screen. So this is something you could do to try and set up your corner route. One other thing I do want to mention is you can smart route. Smart route is your best friend. Smart route takes it to the first down line. Bro, this controller is just being ass. So this is this worked. Yeah, right there. Madden 20, that worked every time. So if they're in Tampa 2, you do a smoke screen and then you do an end. The end takes away the vert, and then the smoke screen makes the hard flat play down. And they had to respect that, and then that corner route would get open in that little soft spot. I don't know if it would work like this, though. I need to go to cover 2 man. Tampa 2 first. Oh, too much pass lead. But like I said in my defensive tips, that the Tampa 2 is going to be a soft squat. The soft squat plays man principles if there's nothing over there near the sideline. And that's the reason he draws back like that. That's pretty much it. I mean, just get creepy. Get creepy, but don't flood one side of the field. Don't put people on double ends like this. Like you're really covering. You're really taking a receiver out of the game that way. Just put your receivers in routes. Always put someone somewhat on a streak. Just see if you can get lucky. If you want to do the wheel route successfully, this is something I do. Like I'll put a wheel, do something to take away that deep half. Oh yeah, I forgot the audible to out of man. It won't work if it's a man, especially if he's cross-manned. If he's cross-manned, that wheel route's not going to get open. But that's pretty much it. I mean, if you have any questions, I mean, hit the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you enjoyed, if this video helps you, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're growing. I'm trying to think of other stuff that I could say on offense. I mean, I just get super creepy on offense. Hot Route Master is a totally different story. If I had Hot Route Master, I don't even like pick certain plays anymore with Hot Route Master. I just pick a play and then create whatever I want out of it. But that's pretty much it. I mean, just go to practice and practice making routes, seeing what gets open, what holds what down. You got to put in a consideration that your opponent can adjust their zone drops. Like I played a guy that was in cover 2, but his hard flats were playing like curl flats. He had them at 25. So, I mean, that just pretty much told me I could have the underneath, but I couldn't have anything deep. I couldn't have nothing to the sideline. And motion. I really emphasize motion. I'm all about motions. Every play, I'm motioning somebody. I rarely hike the ball without motioning somebody. And they're always going to be on different routes. They're never going to be on the same route. God, I really wish they didn't patch it to where I can't hike if you're a man. But, I mean, this is a tail right here. If you can... Oh, I shouldn't have thrown that. That's a tail. So if you try to motion somebody and hike and you can't hike it, that should tell you that they're a man and you should adjust your routes accordingly. But that's it. If you, like I said, if you have any comments, drop them below. Hit that like button, subscribe. Gringo out.